Hello. Hello. Just one quick second. Just need to head back into the game and set this up. Alright. There we go. Yeah, so welcome. We're back with more Wizard101. Gotta put on my hat. There we go. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep up this or if I'm going to use the regular old PNG for it. Because either one of them works, I think. Well, this one's still new and shiny. And I did put some work into it, so I also get some sort of usage out of it. So yeah, when we left off, we were still in the ancient burial grounds, which it didn't occur to me until just now, but I believe we might actually be finishing Mooshu this stream. Because if I'm remembering correctly, the ancient burial grounds is the last actual main area in Mooshu, right? After that, it's just a few more dungeons, and then it's over. There's really not a lot left geographically in Mooshu past this point. So yeah, really interesting because I didn't think we'd be starting Dragonspire potentially by next stream. I was actually thinking maybe we'd still be in Mooshu when I was planning out that schedule. If I'd known that we were going to finish with Mooshu, I probably would have put in some more variety.
You brought me the book.
Potentially we could be doing a similar thing we did before where I could be trying to solo Kensington Park and the Barkingham Palace, etc, and try to get the rooftop gear from Marleybone. But beyond that, yeah, I guess we really would have to just start Dragonspire.
Haikus of battle within. What happened to her? I remember now. I left for battle carrying only her locket and my katana. Such is the way of the samurai. I won't forget my jade lotus again if I have both my locket and katana. Jikiru stole my katana when I had no memory of it. Win it back from him and I will be at peace.
Yeah, it's really funny actually that I went into this and actually was ready finally for once at the time I would normally set my schedule at, but I decided to put and give myself an extra 15 minutes of wiggle room on 2 days of the schedule to see if I could actually do it. But funnily enough, yeah, today was like the first time this week I've actually been ready at the time I've been wanting to be, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, beyond that though, things are going very well. As you can see, I've been setting stuff up and I even have some more new emote ideas to work on. So beyond that, everything is going well on this end. Now we just have to get back to this game, which I've been looking forward to a lot, actually. Because, you know, to be honest, Part 101 really wasn't capturing me as well as I'd hoped it would. It turned out to be a little bit less interesting, and in parts it was even kind of putting me to sleep. So, for now, we'll just go back to doing this, because I still have a lot left of Wizard101 before we even start with the shadow spells. Anyways, yeah. Hopefully everyone else is doing well, too.
You are a disgrace. If you will not remove yourself from my presence, I will do it for you.
Yeah, another good thing is, in case I accidentally click off when I'm doing something in OBS, Wizard101 still has this windowless, on-borderless thing for full screen, which is very good because it means that the game doesn't outright pause whenever I click off of it, unlike Pirate 101, which is really annoying because occasionally I do have to check stuff in OBS. So yeah, in regards to that, that'll be nice. To get back to this, let's see, what should I do here? So yeah, besides that, oh man, he just barely survived. Yeah, so it looks like we'll actually need to throw up a blade whenever we're going to use sandstorms like that. Yeah, besides that, it seems like it's been a pretty interesting week for lots of stuff going on. There's apparently some kind of game awards show that happened earlier that I've never even heard about before now. You know, it's not really my sort of thing. But apparently Psychonauts 2 was actually on it. and a lot of people complaining that it lost, or that it didn't get the reward for the art direction category, which I mean makes sense, because that's like Psychonauts' whole thing is its art direction. But it kind of made me want to start Psychonauts too. Not Psychonauts 2, but Psychonauts as well, on top of Wizard101. You know, there's lots of variety games I want to play, and that's part of the reason why I threw up Skyrim. I mentioned before I had this idea of maybe doing the Creation Club content on it, right? But then it occurred to me that I also want to do a modded playthrough. Potentially. Not like a full-length playthrough, but just like my Spider-Man streams, it'd be like every once in a while. Or I'm just feeling like chilling out. And for that stream specifically, I'm going to be setting it up where it's going to actually be Legendary Edition, to sort of separate the two. Yeah, so you have the Anniversary Edition, obviously. Then we're also going to be checking out Legendary Edition, just because there's more mods for it, and also just because I feel like it would be neat to go back to. But in regards to that, right, I could still potentially do the Creation Club one, but that will require money. So first thing I'll need to do is I'll need to get enough money to actually pay for all the Creation Club stuff. And then we can potentially see the Creation Club playthrough on Anniversary Edition, while also having just a nice fun anime mod, just completely off the wall crazy setup for Skyrim too.
I am honored that you have returned my katana to me. I will remember you, and I will be at peace because of what you did for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking like... Okay, so like it's... Yeah, so in terms of EST, right? Although I should figure out how to convert stuff to the universal time, because I feel like that's a slightly better one, because anyone can use it, you know? But yeah, I feel like I actually do have enough time to do like at least 2 hours worth of streaming. Yeah. So like normally I'm starting here, which would actually be at 7 PM UTC, but then I could also do, let's just say anytime after 8 EST, which would be like 1:30 AM UTC. So yeah, like at the 1:30 equivalent of this. I could also pretty much stream every day too. I feel like I have enough time in my schedule where I can stream twice for like 2 hours, potentially. And still be able to get away with it. So I'm feeling like I could probably also fit in any variety I want to do in that time, too. So yeah. Friday, we're going to be doing the Skyrim with mods. So I need to find other good mods, because I have an entire, like, list in my memory from what the stupid, crazy anime mods are. Then I also want to find some new ones, potentially, because that's the great thing about the Skyrim modding community. It's always evolved past that point. Like, it's always been evolving. So there's potentially a whole bunch of new ones that are really good too, that I want to check out. So any suggestions would be nice. But more importantly, we're also going to be having... Did we just get a hat that was actually decent? Oh wow, we actually got a hat that was actually really decent, relatively speaking. Okay. Yeah, that's like actually good for the level you'd be getting at normally. I've mentioned this before, where all of the gear is super weak, but that one's actually like very nice. It gives good damage and good balance resist. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that from a quest, but whatever. Anyways, yeah. So the Skyrim, I'm also going to be having the background music set up, where I could have song requests or something set up for those streams. So I can finally listen to some good music, or just like, I don't know, podcast episodes or something. Just so that way there's a little bit more going on than just the game. Because I feel like Skyrim is a game that's not important enough that I can actually like do it without focusing. It's not like Wizard101. There's not a lot of really neat stuff going on, in my opinion.
You brought soil, disturbing, dirt-tainted, land and soil under attack. Seek, friend of Earth, he is called Forest Spirit. Ask for aid, return to me with answer.
Oh, whoops, I was muted somehow. Yeah, I was actually saying that this area of Mooshu is the nicest looking one in my opinion, because the red and the green and yellow bamboo interspersed together makes it the most unique looking and also the most aesthetic. Although Ian's saying that there's not enough yellow and the red is kind of sparse, and then there's obviously like the huge wall of green. This area, I feel like, with a slight redesign and like a slightly better dispersal of the different colors, you could have Mooshu being one of the best looking worlds. So I like how there's just this entire big open section here that looks pretty cool, actually. They just cannot go in it. I'm guessing that's because that's the actual burial grounds. It's actually a weird concept that like the bodies are buried above this. So like the bodies are like up there in the ceiling, and then in order to not disturb the graves, they actually just dug under it. Yeah, gross. It'd be like dead body juices and stuff dripping out from beneath of them. Like somebody wet the bed, but instead it's like the like when you're like on like a bunk bed, right? And someone like wet the bed at the top and like it drips down. It'd be like the same concept, little dead body juices. I don't know why that's the first thing my brain went through. Yeah, that'd be gross. That'd be weird.
Spellcaster, your type has brought pain to our land. I must stop you before you destroy us all.
Alright. I mean, that's fair. You know, Mousestare, he kind of messed stuff up for everyone. Now, so this time I'll actually throw up a blade. Although I have to say, I am very excited at the concept of getting over to Dragonspire. I think Arth 1 would be pretty nice as far as those things go. Like, actually being able to say that we're done would be cool. So we can finally move on to other things. You know, there's a whole lot to do in Arc 2 once Arc 1 is finished. Yeah, so one blade, and then if we get another power pip, that should be more than enough. Yeah, this should do like 700 at least. So let's see. Let's see if the math in my head that I'm not very good at actually tracks.
I thank thee, you have brought me back. No more am I lost. At last my mind is clear. Tell Mossback that I suffer no more. I will now return to my duties. The land must be restored.
Yeah, you know, the real thing about the bamboo, it kind of sets it off, is the fact that so much of the game is actually based on it. Not the game, of Mooshu, of the world. You know, Mooshu has so much bamboo. Like, even these little stone tablets have bamboo in it. And it really sort of piles on the fact that the bamboo is supposed to be, like, the main appeal of this place. Now just looking back on it, you can really see how dated it is. Alright, Mossback, what do you have to say?
Friend of Earth.
Alright, what's going on?
Spirit, no more corrupted. Good day for Earth and Forest.
Alright, that was it. And I believe that that means that is all. Oh. Wavebreaker. He has a side quest for us. Like, in the actual dungeon itself? That's weird. How did I miss that? Or is he outside of it like Mossback is? Occasionally. I actually don't remember. The Village of Sorrow actually was that well. Oh, okay, it's this way. You know, take your time, Mara. We'll figure it out. Try not to confuse yourself too much. Alright, what do we got? I believe this is where we're gonna start fighting the boss soon.
The Torch of Spirits. Of course, I understand now. You have done your job well, young wizard. I am shamed to admit that it took so long for me to do my part. You have completed the Brother's inscription, which is actually a guide for the living to find the spirit cage. You will first need the spirit torch to light the way. That is, you will need it to light the summoning candles that open the portal to the spirit world.
Yep, here we go. And this is where we're actually going to see one of the weirdest locations in Wizard101.
In my time, a fire elemental protected the spirit torch from the unworthy. I suspect that nothing has changed.
Oh, we actually have to get the spirit torch. I thought we had already gotten that, but no. Let's see, where we got it to? Fish. But yeah. When we get to that boss, this is actually going to be one of the weirdest locations in Wizard101. But I guess for now we actually have to get the lantern. I feel like in a past stream we'd already gotten it, but maybe not. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. I feel like it's been mentioned in a previous stream before, at least.
Have you come to challenge me, young wizard?
That's completely correct. You're gosh darn tootin' correct. Alright, let's go. Let's get him. Yeah, this time I'm not going to forget to bring them in with me. I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal anyways, because I could still pretty easily beat him either way. Still. Just makes my life a little bit easier. So yeah, it's actually the fire decathlon that's going on right now. Which is the reason why we keep getting those event points popping up above our head. Which may not be completely clear if you're not really familiar with it. But just like all of the other Scroll of Fortune things, the... let's go. Right, the decathlon event is particularly difficult, in my opinion. What it does is it makes it so that you have to use treasure cards specifically in order to be able to make your way up through a tower. And it's honestly kind of rigged. It's like one of the most pay-to-win events in probably the entire game. So the way that it works is, because you only have access to treasure cards, you don't have access to your regular stats, and so you need to breed like a specific... Okay. That's unfortunate. We'll try that. Plus, no, never mind. Don't treasure card it. Just hit him. Okay. The event requires you to breed out a very specific kind of pet, and you also have to get access to a lot of treasure cards. A lot of which, the ones that are actually the best for beating it, are not possible to obtain unless you either get them from specific enemies or a specific pack, ironically enough. You know, normally when you get treasure cards from a pack, it would be a bad thing. But it's not really viable to grind out treasure cards, normally. And so, if you can actually get your hands on them other ways, it would be whatever. Most people, though, usually would use the Empower trading in order to be able to get what they need. But still, it's one of the most tedious ones of all, because it's extraordinarily difficult, as it requires you to use these specific decks, which give you all of your stats. They also give you all of your pips, etc., etc. And the only way to easily do it is to use a treasure card in combat. Wait a minute, I feel like one of the ranks is missing here. Hold on. I feel like there used to be even more points for it, where you'd get the... Yeah, I feel like there used to be 3 here. I feel like it was like defeat monsters, and then it was like go up a level in the tower. But maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. It's not the first time. I do feel like, yeah, as you can see, you need 450 points, and you could basically only get 20 free points a day. So that would be for the 7 days, that would be 140 points. So you would have to get the rest of your points by defeating monsters in the tower, which means you'd have to be in there every single day, and you'd also have to be grinding it out all the time, and you'd also have to have good enough cards to be able to actually progress far enough in the tower in order to be able to get them, in order to be able to fight enough monsters. Frankly, the farthest I've ever gone in a Decathlon event was like up to here, I think, or maybe up to here. I've never gone up to the ultimate runes or to the fire class pet, because really it's just too difficult, right? Part of the issue is that without that pet that has the will cast cards or, you know, various other things, it's just way too hard.
Ah, you've come back alive. I worried I would only see you again as a spirit.
The strategy for it, though, is basically bring in a pet that has as many healing talents as you would want, and also has a will cast card on it. And the thing about the will cast cards is it was part of the pet update, so it's basically like an item card on your pet, but it's not an item card.
Remember the second inscription? When it comes to the spirit world, no one living can enter first.
It puts a little card on the side of your, like, so like this is like your main series of spells, and then it has like one little card on the side, and your pet can cast that. It works like every other spell. It's basically just a normal item card. However, what makes it even more pay to win is the fact that you need to have your pet actually have enough happiness to cast it. So the entire time you're in the Decathlon Tower, you'd also have to be feeding your pet snacks to have enough happiness in order to be able to cast this pay to win spell, in order to be able to actually get it off. And it's very tedious and very annoying, and it's easily the worst event in the entire Scroll of Fortune. I've skipped it every single time that I've maxed out the Scroll of Fortune, and I still do it. It's not a big deal to just ignore this one entirely. Beast Moon is actually somewhat fun, though. Yeah, I'm not doing them on this account, but, you know, just saying.
But it says nothing about entering second. I would go first, but I can't seem to leave this spot. I think I have the solution. If you collect dust from a crypt in the burial grounds, you can use it to lead the way into the spirit world. Brilliant, don't you think?
And so we're just gathering what are presumably people's, you know, little piles of ash that have been scattered around. Maybe they fell out of urns or something. Which is gross, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, as far as the Decathlon goes, we're going to be having that up here above our head a lot while we're busy doing this. So I just felt like bringing that up. I don't know, maybe if I actually have a lot of free time, I might end up doing some Beast Moon or something on this account. It depends.
You look quite dirty. I meant for you to bring the dust in a pouch, but you wear it well. You have everything you need to open the portal to the spirit world and find the spirit cage. Remember that the cage must be guarded by a powerful spirit. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use the cage to trap it in the spirit world. So, you must defeat the spirit once and for all.
Yeah, I might need to find like a different program, or maybe just find a way to program myself, because here's the thing, like every single time I even slightly move the mic, like I'm gonna stop talking. Yeah, like you can't even hear that, but every single time it picks it up as if I was talking.
Ready? Use the 3 portal summoning candles in the burial mound to open the portal. Once you step through, you can defeat the spirit and bring back the spirit cage. Good luck.
Yeah, because occasionally I like to move around my mic, and I feel like it constantly flashing like that would be a little bit annoying visually. So I need to either find another program or something, because I can't seem to find any good audio settings that make it so that it won't do that. Or I need to get a better mic stand, I guess, could also work, where I physically cannot or do not need to touch it. This one's a very basic stand. Okay, and here we are. Now, right off the bat, this portal is a little weird looking, but I like it. But here's where it gets super duper weird. So this is the weirdest place in Wizard101, and there's a good reason why, although I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it. I do not remember exactly where it is. Where are you? The reason why this is one of the weirdest locations. Why is that the only one that's actually lit up? That's kind of weird. That's also really weird. This whole area is kind of just uncanny.
They don't call me evil for nothing. I will show no mercy.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in here, right? I'm trying to find it. If not, I may have to pull up. I'm sure there's a Reddit post of it somewhere. Oh, that's kind of neat. When your pet is off of it, it actually has a little circle. Yeah, this whole area is just weird, isn't it? Like the weird red skies, and it kind of almost looks like a playhouse. Or like the inside of like a box, kind of looks like. I don't know, I'm not finding it. So while I'm doing this battle, I'll do it. So let's see, what is this place called again? Like the Spirit Realm or something? Something like that. That's where my caps lock was wrong. Spirit World. Okay, just toss that. Okay. There we go. Yes, this is actually pretty creepy looking. And that thread is apparently gone. So that's weird. Oh, okay, there it is. Although, I didn't see it when I was doing that, so maybe I'll just need to do it after this fight. Let me see if I can do it myself. Yeah, because there's a weird little Easter egg that happens in this place that's super creepy. Relatively speaking. You know, for a kid's game. It's like some sort of kids creepypasta level thing. So it's honestly kind of stupid, but it is still pretty neat. Anyways, first we have to beat this guy. If not, I can also just download the image. Yeah, why not? We'll chant it. You know, that actually kind of reminds me. I sort of miss creepypastas. Oh, that's weird. It's lit up again. And now it's fire. And it's like a blue light. And then it turned into fire. That's weird. So this guy, yeah, here it is. Cool. He actually dropped it. So this dude also dropped some of the best gear for the world. Like, for your school. If you actually go back and look up some, like, old forum posts, you can actually see that the different Mooshu bosses that drop the best gear for your character. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that fucking weird? But yeah, the old forum posts of the bosses that used to drop the best gear was pretty neat. And this guy dropped the best one for Bounce, I believe. I believe that actually was the best gear in the initial release of the game for a Bounce character. Highest damage, highest power-up chance, etc. So yeah, we saw that. No, we all saw that, right? That was weird. Yeah, it's like very much like a kitty creepy. There it is again. Yeah, it's like some Courage the Cowardly Dog type thing. Or something else. You know, I sort of miss old creepypastas like that. But nobody knows why that was thrown in. I don't think King's Out was ever given an official explanation as to why that face is there. It's just something that shows up. Frankly, it's kind of hilarious to look at. Right. But yeah, imagine you're like some stupid little kid like playing this game back when it first came out, and they just find this random face with no explanation, and most people miss it. So you think you're going crazy, and then you're right. I'm surprised there never actually was like a creepypasta about that until it was like proven true. That's the kind of thing that would happen. Sadly, it did not.
You have the spirit cage. You have done well for someone living. I hope the spirit cage helps you defeat Oni no Death. I would fight that battle if I could. Life is wasted on the living. Thank you for letting me help you on your journey. My descendant is anxiously awaiting you. Return to Hideo Kebo at the temple and tell him the good news.
I'll be sure to do that. Yeah, in the meantime, that face, the Orthrus Moon, there's lots of weird, creepy stuff that used to be part of this game. I mean, they brought the Orthrus Moon back, and that one's still up there. So I don't know why I said used to. Yeah. There's lots of little stuff like that from everything involved with Arc 1. It just hits different in comparison to the new stuff. I don't think there's any Easter eggs like that in the later worlds either. It's like very much an Arc 1 thing too. Whatever was going through their heads. You know, like the casual mentions of murder, the weird creepy Easter eggs. You know, really makes me wonder what were the intentions of the Arc 1 developers of this game. Like, they were making a kids game, but then they just decided to make it like a kids game, much in the same way that Courage the Cowardly Dog is a kids show. Right, it's like the same vibe. Alright, let's see. So, Village of Sorrow, Wavebringer. That's the dungeon, right? Or is it an actual... Oh, okay, it's an actual place. Alright. So we'll just deal with that when we go in there. Alright, where are you? Oh, there you are.
You found the spirit cage.
Indeed we did.
Tadeo's mouth drops open as you tell him about his ancestor.
This temple must be fighting against the control of Oni no Death. I am honored that my ancestor could help you. The power of this temple alone holds back the power of Oni no Death. So here I should remain. You must be the one to capture the evil spirit. No easy task. Take the spirit cage into the village of sorrow ahead. With your strength of will, you should be able to capture a powerful evil spirit.
Alright, cool. So we actually have this little section up here in the Village of Sorrow, but it's not as long as the Ancient Burial Grounds, I don't think. Because then after this, it's going to be the Tree of Life, which is where we fight the Oni no Death, and then I think it's just fighting the Jade Oni, which is the final boss of Mooshu. But I don't know, I guess we'll see. Ooh, you see, I like this. I like the red. I like the red bamboo. I like the occasional yellow bit there. See, if they could have just interspersed some of this background red bamboo and the background yellow bamboo with the green one, the entirety of Mooshu would look a lot better, I think. Rather than it being kind of color-coded by area. I'm not sure if that's how it works in the real world. To my knowledge, bamboo only grows on like green. So I'm not sure in the real world if depending on where you go, bamboo is like a different color. But yeah. Overall, I feel like this is like the bare minimum we need to do in order to make Mooshu not just look completely ridiculous and how often it reuses the same environment basically. Because here we are back at the same village just with a different color. Like, it's literally the exact same village pretty much. Except now there's a little forge there, same dead tree in the middle, same recipe vendor right there, same, this thing, same dungeon. Except instead of having a oh yeah, never mind, it does have a sigil. This is a dungeon, okay. So yeah, it's literally the same thing. Okay, but also, Wavebringer is here too. Actually, what does the street look like? Yeah, because this is basically the same area as like the very first street you go on in this. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Please, esteemed wizard, could you help me? It is a matter of honor. I was ordered to deliver a message to the Jade Champion, but the Death Soldiers took it when the Death Oni attacked. Please win it from them and bring it to me.
Yeah, so just casually, by the way, these guys all got just ganked. They all just got murdered by the Death Oni. And so now this entire village is just full of dead people. You know, just casually. You know, not a big deal. Let's see. Where's this guy? Wei Pei. Oh, here he is. Hello.
I'm glad you're here, your wizardship. Can I call you by your name? Great. I'm Wei Pei.
Your wizardship is such a weird way to refer to us.
Here's the thing. A haunted house up ahead is spewing out undead. No one living or dead can get past the magical seal on the doorway to stop the influx of undead. It must be tied to the undead. Do us a favor and defeat some undead around here to weaken that seal.
What a fun little drinking game. Take a shot every time the word undead is said in this little section. Anyways, okay, so what's our main quest? Wavebringer is a bit far away, it looks like. What's our main quest? What are we doing? What's our goal?
Who's there? Have you been here before? Do I know you? Oh, great wizard. I had to leave my family because an evil spirit haunts us.
Ken Shui's lower lip trembles and he speaks in a whisper.
Please, revered one, could you do away with these undead? They will surely send the evil spirit after us.
Okay, so let's start with the Wavebringer. It seems like he's sending us to fight all of the side quests are sending us to fight different enemies though. But still, it would be nice if we could get at least one side quest wrapped up with 2 side quests wrapped up at the same time, if we're gonna be fighting the same guys. Let's see. Alright, where are you, Wavebringer? I still do not see you. You should have spawned in. Oh, there you are. On the opposite side.
Forest spirits here unclean. Befouled woodwalkers. Save forest. Defeat woodwalkers. Collect tainted bark. Bring to me.
Yeah, it is pretty neat that both him and Mossback are kind of recurring characters outside of their dungeons. That's pretty nice. I do like that. Again, it's just one of the weird parts about early Arc 1 Mooshu design. Or late Arc 1 design. Lots of different ideas were used here. You know, it's not often in this game where you actually have characters who keep reappearing throughout it, who aren't like main characters in the quest. You know, these guys, Wavebringer and Mossback, are just like 2 random little NPCs with side quests, and you get to see them throughout the entire world, which is nice. It really drives home the point that they're doing their best to resolve the issues of their world. It's nice. That and the Civil War storyline. That's still kind of going on in the background. Oh man. It's a bit early for one, but I'm actually going to take a quick BRB after this battle. I've been drinking a lot today. And it's been, it kind of just went right through me. Normally you do this about like an hour and a half in. Anyways, I will be right back really quickly, hopefully. I am back. Yeah, I've just been drinking lots of water and seltzer water and stuff. It went through me surprisingly quickly. But yeah. Thankfully though, that should be the last time I'll need to BRB. I'm not sure how long we'll be streaming today, because I think I might end up just going until the end of Mooshu because we're so close. But in regards to the Dragonfire stuff, I think I might actually set up a solid timeline for the streams where it's going to be like a specific amount of hours or something, rather than just landmarks. Because part of my biggest concern is that if I'm going to be doing 2 streams a day, one earlier, one later, then I should probably, you know, schedule those out so it's not like super out of hand. So yeah, we could potentially see this one going for like 3 hours. I'd say 3 hours is about the average I'll probably end up doing. Okay, so that's one side quest down. Oh, potentially. You know, while this entire area exists, I mentioned before that the Ancient Burial Grounds is kind of the major area, because I believe that that's how short the quests actually are here.
Tainted
That's so
bark
forgettable.
bad. I help. I clean. Tainted bark now clean. Find Oakheart. Use bark on Oakheart. Oakheart clean.
I feel like the voice actor probably had a lot of fun. You know, just saying I clean over and over again sounds like it would actually be kind of fun. Especially if you went into the recording studio kind of drunk. I feel like that'd be a good time. You know, like lots of those voice acting outtakes. There's an entire series of it basically on YouTube, if you haven't seen them. The Ace Attorney outtakes, lots of them also have them, you know. Some voice acting outtakes seems like they're actually probably a lot of fun, especially when you think about the weird lines.
Will cause you great torment, little wizard.
Because, you know, there are some lines that you hear and you wonder how could they possibly record them with a straight face, and the answer is 99% of the time they didn't. It usually took them like 30 different tries. And then they were also probably on something when they were doing it. And so overall, voice acting seems like it would actually be a great time. At least if it's a more casual project and you're not like on the clock, like having to voice like 10,000 lines in like a week. Like a video game or something. That's another thing that's kind of interesting to me. So there's a lot of really good voice actors in this game, but there's some voices that are specifically going to come up around the end of Arc 2 that I'm genuinely kind of curious how they even managed to make it sound like that, because some of their voices are like super gravelly or deep or something. They sound kind of natural. There's no like artifacts from the editing on the voices. Which makes me wonder, because no matter how hard I practice personally, I just cannot replicate the voices. See, I kind of wonder what the voice acting process for this game was actually like. And more importantly, who actually was voice acting what. Because I haven't taken the time to go through the... Oh no. Okay, good. I was about to say, I think the game just crashed, but no, never mind. Seems like it's fine. Yeah, what I was saying is I haven't been able to find who voice acted what in a lot of the cases, because I haven't taken the time to go through the in-game credits, but I haven't found the credits online either for a lot of them, so I'm actually not entirely sure. But some of the voice actors in this game are definitely really impressive.
Thank you, little wizard. The Death Oni had put me under a spell, and you have released me from it. I am now free.
I like this voice actor too. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I'm not sure how you would make a voice like that, because it sounds like there's maybe some editing on it. But then again, I'm also not sure if that's just what their voice sounds like naturally. Voices are weird. And so is voice acting. You'll be able to train your voice to do things. Like that. Which is why I'm wondering if there was editing used or not.
Oakheart clean. I dance, but not all clean. I said.
Well, that was easy and fast. Now we need to fight the cursed Ronins. Yeah, so this area must be super short, because I cannot think of why I would have completely forgotten this area, like, existed at all. Okay, so we got one cursed Ronin, but we need to fight 4. And I'm not sure if there's a better area for them. It seems like it's mostly yellow ghosts here. So let's see. I mean, I guess I might as well just blade up until somebody, anybody, joins the fight. So I can kill them both at once. Okay, I guess they're not joining. But what do I do? Are you? Nope. Okay. Well, I'm not entirely sure what to do here. I guess I'll just pass. I guess. Because I want to. So like, we managed to get one of them here. I'm wondering if another one will spawn in if we just wait long enough. That would be interesting to see. I don't know. Let's just let this time out. Let's just hang out. Let's just chill for a little bit. See if this actually works. No idea how long it would take for a new one to spawn in, but... Oh, wait. There's one. He's walking. He's stepping. He's getting over here. We're not in any danger of dying or anything. So... I mean, if he actually can join the fight, I see no reason to do it. Although maybe this is actually just making it take way longer. Just like waiting for him to appear. When I could just be starting new fights with him. But there he is. You can see his head now. He's stepping. He's making his way over here. Nobody else is joining. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Come on, buddy. You got this. Man, look at him go. Nope, he turned right before he got in here too. Oh, come on. Okay, well, I guess it really is just this. Okay, judgment. We should have put some, like, I don't know, Olympics music or something over that. Just him slowly making his way over here. Okay, but thankfully it looks like we might actually be able to get one. Oh no, is this the same spot where they can't join? Oh no, please tell me it's not. And please tell me the yellow ghosts aren't faster. Oh, they are. The yellow ghosts are in fact faster than these guys. That's a pity. We're gonna get the yellow ghost. Dang it. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep going. Oh, wait. This guy came out of nowhere. What an upset. What a way to subvert our expectations. Wow. Beautiful. Fantastic. Alright, 10 out of 10. Alright. Let's just... Okay, there we go. Something else I just remembered is that Spider-Man No Way Home is actually supposed to be coming out recently. At some point this week, I think. I'm not sure if it's already out though. That's a movie I really need to see. I saw every single one of the Spider-Man movies on release, and I have to say that while I'm not really like super familiar with the character in the comics or anything, the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man also is my favorite. Given that, I'm also in a very Spider-Man-esque mood right now. You know, well, with me playing it on the PS4 and stuff. It's really made me want to have some more Spider-Man in my life. I'd even watch the movies at some point again soon. Can't do this on stream or anything though. I don't think. I'd have to, if anything, I'd have to like make a Discord so that I could do like a watch along of it. But yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. But I am excited for it. You know, we're getting a sort of mention of the Spider-Verse in it. And based on the trailers, Marvel is once again doing that thing that they love doing, which is editing the lines and stuff where they make it so that like it spoils stuff that happens in the movie, but then it's like not actually spoiling stuff that's in the movie. Like that one little snippet of the trailer with with great power comes great responsibility line, where it's pretty clearly edited to sound like Tony Stark, but it's super warbly. So it's probably like Uncle Ben is actually in the movie, and so they just edit it to make it sound like Tony Stark.
You have done as I
That'd be
asked.
funny.
Thank you, esteemed wizard. I feel much safer. I hoped that our leader would save us from the evil spirit, but I can't find him. He is wise and always knows what to do.
Okay, so yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home releases on the 17th. Nice.
I thought to look for him in the town dojo,
Very soon.
but I saw the undead lock the dojo with a spectral key. Can you get the key back from one of them?
And hard to believe it's already been, what? Basically, yeah, over 2 years, actually, since the last Spider-Man movie came out. I remember watching that when it first came out in theaters. Hard to believe it's been 2 years already. Welcome, Weasel News Lab 1. Let me see them stats. Sure thing, why not? How you doing? Oh yeah, here we go. Just basic stats. About what you'd expect from this level right now. Where did I get to? Oh, right, because the... Right. Because the bounce that gives you elemental resist. It's kind of weird. Senator Gang. Ah, welcome to you too, Zyring. How are you both doing today? But yeah. I mean, I haven't gone out of my way to grind out the Zeus gear, but I also just prefer the way Senator looks. Funny thing is, when I have enough crowns, I would also just stitch Senator gear over the Zeus gear sometimes, just because I like how it looks better. Wow, thank you very much for the follow, too. Yes, welcome. Yeah, what do you think of my stats, Weasel News Live? What do you think of? Not what you'd expect. 51 damage at level 44. Same. Yeah, nice. Yeah, my pet is pretty okay with its damage right now. I still need a mighty socket on it, which would make it like 2 points higher. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Let's see. Right. Discard. Draw. There we go. Yeah, besides that, Spider-Man No Way Home looks like it'll be a great movie. Frankly, I can't wait to see it. You have to see it like as soon as it comes out. If it's not already sold out, maybe they're pre-selling tickets. I have no idea. Or is it going to be released on like home video services too? That seems likely. I don't know, it's actually a good question. If it's going to be a theater-only release. Okay, let's see. What? I didn't connect. Oh, that's lame. Come on, just give me the key. Just hand it over. Yeah, I really do like the way the Senator gear looks. Okay, need to play it one more time. Always gonna be that geek with his flashlight when a new movie in a cinema comes out. Oh, that's right. Or that one dude with a camera who's like holding it above his head super high. Yeah, that'll be a little annoying to deal with. But you know, it'll be worth it. All you have to do is just ignore those guys. And overall, you'll have one of the most hype things You know, when a good, like, new hype movie comes out, seeing it in theaters is usually nice. Because if nothing else, you know, the crowd mentality really helps enhance the experience, in my opinion. But yeah, that one guy with the flashlight might be a little annoying. But I'll deal with it. Okay, there we go, finally. Spectral key. Let's see, where are these Walking Dead? They are very far away. On opposite sides of the map. What we need. This is boring. Okay. Let's see. How are we doing on monstrous TCs? We are almost out. Very good thing I checked. It's always embarrassing to run out of those in the middle of a fight. You know, you hype yourself up, and then you just do very limp damage. I think is an apt term for that. Yeah. If I actually go out of my way to get the Zeus gear, I'm not even sure if I will, because obviously we're already strong enough to solo the entire way through the rest of Arc 1. As for soloing Waterworks, ooh, that's actually a good question. Will I be able to solo Waterworks? Yeah, better off waiting for Waterworks. I agree. Yeah, but I was thinking, right, because you know, the 51 damage thing, it could potentially be up to like 58 up at this point, I think, if I actually like min-maxed my gear out, or even potentially higher if I were to go for the Kensington Park gear. But yeah, I think overall actually getting the gear, I'd be better off waiting for Waterworks. Still, it would be cool to have like 60 damage before level 50. That would require a lot of maxing on my part. Or the Kensington Park gear. Or like rooftop. Whatever the final dungeon of that is. I've never actually done it, I don't think. In Marleybone, the level 45 gear, you can farm last boss with a spawn glitch. Yeah. Hardest part though is getting the hat in that case. Because you can only get the hat from that squid guy for some reason. I'm not sure why they split it up like that. I go back in there occasionally to farm like mastery amulets. I'm always in this weird situation where I end up with like 500 robes and boots, and then I have like no hats. And also no mastery amulets because the rates on those are rigged. But yeah, thankfully Waterworks won't take too long. Biggest issue though is that I have to solo it first. Because for regular grinding, I can only do that, I've decided, for this playthrough after I solo it. On stream, probably. I did it with Olympus. And so I'm sure that Waterworks dungeon will be possible to solo. It's a question of how long it'll actually take me to beat the final boss. Wait, what am I doing? Damn, getting distracted. There we go. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out and see. Same thing with Kensington Park. Soloing that with Arc 1 stats seems like it'd be... Yeah, Kensington Park and Buckingham Palace. Yeah, Buckingham Palace, that's what I'm thinking of. It's definitely possible. It's just easier to ask a max for help. Don't want to fight for 20 minutes to pull first lever. To pull first lever. Oh, right, yeah, because the mobs. I mean... So the way I see it, the mobs should be no issue at all. It would just be a few blades, and then we just power Nova through them. It's the biggest question is the bosses, especially Squid Guy, since he'll be using his Black Mantle on us every single turn. And also, he has cheat cast abilities. And the final boss would be really difficult to stack up on, so you'd need to probably do something like Sandstorm spams on him. But yeah, until I solo the bosses or dungeons, I've decided that I'm not going to grind it out. So I'll need to figure out some way. Those are easy. The bosses are easy? Or the mob fights? Because I'm going to say, off the bat, I do not believe the bosses are that easy. The bosses are actually pretty hard. Squid Boss doesn't have any cheat. The ink feels too easy. Well, it's more of a question of if I can actually even get a hit off with his ability. Because I've had some weird RNG even as a max level wizard where I could kill him in a single hit pretty easily. But then I just cannot hit him for like 20 turns. I mean, if you want to get down to it, like none of them really have a cheat if you're strong enough, but at the appropriate level, they're still meant to be challenging for a full party of level 60s. It's tedious, but focus Flame Wing first on second boss fight to double feint trap the kill. Then blade and kill Celester with the remaining health of the Hammerhead. Huh. Okay. Whoops, I missed that. My bad. Getting distracted. Yeah. We'll see. I might also just do what I did with Olympus and just like kill the minions and then just spawn back in and solo the boss. Because that is also a lot easier too. Let's see. Like I said, we're not that close to it yet, but that strategy does sound viable. Yeah. I have to keep it in mind how we're actually gonna do it. Oh, they spawn together because they're not minions? Do they? I don't know. I've never actually soloed at a level where it would be like, where I'd actually need to use that trick. All three are ranked bosses. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that system works. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know that in advance then. Guess I'll have to see.
You found the message. I thought I'd lost it forever. Thank you, revered wizard.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to strategize out Waterworks right now. We're still in Mooshu, just chilling basically.
To complete my duty, this message must reach the Jade Champion. I would not ask if I could perform the task myself. Will you deliver this message to the Jade Champion near the Jade Palace? I can then rest assured knowing that my duty is done.
I'm just going raw and skip Waterworks. That is possible. I mean, I could actually be pretty neat if I actually went through the old-fashioned way and just got the gear from the Celestia bosses. Like from, what's it called? The Stellarium? It's something like that. Like the final boss against that, Star School guy.
You brought the key. Thank you, Great One.
Ken Shui reaches out for the key, but his hand passes through it.
And
He
then
looks
just use the
surprised
Safari
and
gear from Mirror
confused.
Lake. That'd be hilarious.
I'm a spirit?
It'd be a nice, switch up from regular Waterworks gear grinding at least.
Forgive me, Great One. I did not realize I was not among the living. Even so, this great evil harms all good spirits here. Please find our leader in the town dojo. Even when he was among the living, he knew much about spiritual matters. He can help you stop this evil.
Or I could also always just use Winter Dust crafted gear. There are lots of ways around it to avoid Waterworks. Which I'm glad they actually did. Hey, where is he? Oh, he's in there. Okay. So we need to talk to him. Right, over here. This guy. Weipei.
Great job, young wizard. I can sense that you weakened the seal. Magic sense is one of the 2 perks of being a spirit. The other perk is being able to say whatever you want. Ready to clean house? Good. because you're the only one who can do it. You'll have to close 3 portals inside Fushiko's old house to stop the undead from coming out. Go inside Fushiko's old house and use the candles inside to close the portals. The undead won't go quietly, so prepare to fight. The whole village is counting on you.
What are we doing? Oh, there's like separate houses? What's the deal? Oh, I guess it's these guys. Oh, Fushiko. This one. Okay, so we need to teleport to the fish thing. Dragonspire gang? Dragonspire gang. We're close to Dragonspire if that's what you're asking. Yeah. But if there's a specific Dragonspire gang, unfortunately, no. My heart belongs to Myth King exclusively, even if it's not really around anymore. And every day I weep for it. Dragonspire is my favorite world though, probably. And also, or maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what specifically you're asking with that. There's a question mark afterwards. Let's see. Where should go? This one. Oh, there's the book. Nice. It's right there in the open. Oh. I wasn't expecting them to show up immediately after lighting the candle. That was a bit jumpy. Okay. What do we got? Yeah, but I'm not entirely sure what you're asking, Zyring. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Zyring? Is that about right? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. If you could clarify. Let's see. What do we got? More garbage. Actually, how much? Oh, okay, never mind. We're actually not nearly as full as I thought we'd be.
You find another volume which reads, "With newfound peace came a new philosophy to govern Mooshu. To prevent the clans from fighting again, officials had to study an ever-growing library of books and scrolls. Emperors only appointed officials based on hard work and merit. This code of honor, developed by the great philosopher Kaiyang Fuzi, spread throughout Mooshu. The people still follow its principles today and honor the emperor above all else."
Keeping me occupied? I appreciate it. Although, I'm looking like a fool every single time that I went there. Can I? Okay, never mind. I can't. I have to ask if I can summon them out all at once. Yeah, I'm kind of looking like a fool every time I get so distracted that I end up losing my turn. I need to focus more. I appreciate it. Still no idea what Dragonspire gang means. It's so vague. Is it a Dragonspire gang? Is it going through Dragonspire gang? I'm not sure. I want to know. You got my curiosity. You'd rather go through Chrysalis rather than Dragonspire? Both parts? Yes, if you're talking about both parts of Chrysalis, then I have to hard disagree with that. Both parts? Well, okay, so clearly we have a Dragonspire hater. I mean, I've heard a lot of people dislike Dragonspire, which I have to say, I guess. I just like how Dragonspire looks. I like the combat music. Yeah, I have to say, after going through Chrysalis in a single sitting, right, both parts, I have to say, not worth it. But yeah, why specifically would you rather go through the, what, like 24 hours straight of Chrysalis, both parts, instead of just like an 8-hour world in Dragonspire. Dragonspire's got a good aesthetic. I like the military uniform style it's got going on. I like the design, I like the music. I like the fact that you can always see the final dungeon in the background. It's classy. Chrysalis, on the other hand, it's just painful, especially the ghost dog fight. Going into that blind was a mistake. It's more entertaining. I mean, I guess I'll give you that. I mean, I don't find Dragonspire particularly boring, aren't you? I guess it comes down to the taste. But no, there is no way in my life you couldn't pay me to go through Chrysalis, like both parts, like constantly, like that. Although actually, now that I think about it, I guess I'm paying King's Hell to go through Chrysalis, both parts. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to sit through both parts of Chrysalis instead of Dragonspire. I would gladly take Dragonspire like 3 times in a row than I would take both parts of Chrysalis. Ever get the solo fight at the beginning without Malistaire gear? Solo fight at the beginning without Malistaire gear. I mean the Cyrus Drake one? The Cyrus fight? Or are you talking about the balance enemy? There's a few that it could potentially be. Dragonspire has some weird ones. Oh cool, we got another one. That used to be some of the best gear in the game. Solo fight. Very first one after talking to Mirages and ending up in Bastion. Oh, you mean the Chrysalis fight? Oh, you mean Malistaire gear. Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. I was thinking of... Okay, you meant Darkboard gear. Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking you meant the level 50 Malistaire gear with, like, the item card on it. Like, the classic gear. But no. The very first one after talk to Mirages ending in Bastion. That one is... Actually, I don't remember that one. I actually didn't have much difficulty with it, but I remember, other people mentioning that. Because I remember I was questing with somebody who I had just been going through Chrysalis with, and they were mentioning that they were stuck on it for like 3 hours, and they were like ranting to me about it, like while they were doing it, and I was just going through Chrysalis casually. I do not remember which one specifically that is, though. I guess I could look it up really quick. Why not? Although... No, never mind. I'll still be using balance spells at that point. Yeah, no, Chrysalis is painful. In my opinion, Chrysalis Part 1? No, Chrysalis Part 2 is worse than Azteca. And Chrysalis Part 2 on its own is worse than Azteca, in my opinion. Like, I'd rather go through Azteca, personally, than I would want to go through Chrysalis Part 2. Defeat 2 painted spiders. Then a boss? Yeah, I don't remember having much difficulty with it. I vaguely remember what you're talking about. I'm not sure if that was the Zaltana fight. Or if it was the big brutish guy. Specifically. But yeah, I remember I beat that one pretty quickly. Like, I think I lost to it the very first time I went in, and then I just came back in and beat it really easily. Let's say Chrysalis main quest. Okay, this is the Wizard City stuff. Okay, so Quality of Mercy. Is that the one? I think that might be the one. Okay, so the painted spiders. Then, okay, that's right. It's not Zaltana. It's Caliclac. Caliclac. Yeah, this dude was no issue. For me, at least. Yeah, I feel like I maybe went in with like only like less than 3,000 health, and then I lost. And then I went back in and I beat it. Yeah, I beat this guy super easily. Now that I'm actually remembering it. Beyond that though, yeah. Let's see. Then I don't remember specifically the fight. I remember, yeah, was it Zaltana who was difficult? Oh yeah, I actually will have some difficulty against Zaltana looking at her. 150% balance resist. And that's not going to be good. And she's weak to spirit for some reason. I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, I think I went in with like 3,000 or less health, and then I lost to Caliculac the first time.
So, you had to fight 3 times before you could get the portals closed. Is that all? Sheesh, I could have done that. If I were alive, that is.
But I remember I had a friend who was soloing on Storm who I'd been questing through Chrysalis with. And so, I'm not through Chrysalis, through whatever with. And we had just gotten the Chrysalis, and it was like, what was it, Azteca? Yeah, or whatever. I don't know, I'm getting confused. Anyways, point is, they were stuck on that for like 3 hours.
Anyway, great job, young wizard. Now that the undead won't be bothering us, the other spirits and I can get back to a peaceful afterlife.
And it's not like I could even help them because there were solo fights too. So it was kind of funny at the time. Back on Chrysalis release, you could finish some quests on a low level, no matter what level? Really? I didn't know that. I didn't play when Chrysalis was first released. I only came back later. I think... So I initially stopped playing the game at some point when Zafaria came out. And then I got back into the game, I believe, after Mirage came out.
Ting Yin's body ripples like water until it shimmers and vanishes. A monstrous shape emerges from it. It is the demon Usanaki.
You poor, pitiful wizard. I am glad you showed up here. I will do you a favor. I shall put you out of your misery.
Yeah, you can complete them at any level. So is that what power leveling used to be? Because I remember some people mentioning that you could. Yeah, so basically a lot for level 23 second Krakatopia looking for a boost. Yeah, I remember somebody mentioning something like that before. When I'd first gotten back into the game, people were mentioning power leveling. And I was always confused what they meant, but they kept insisting that low levels could be brought into high level areas and completing quests. And I was always very confused by that, but yeah, that sounds about right. So at 300k experience, that would put you up like, what, like, at least like 10 levels at a time? It would definitely give you way better Bazaar gear, though I'm not sure how much you could actually get out of it. I mean, if it could level you up to 60, and then you could have like Waterworks gear by the time you're going through Arc 1, that sounds like it'd be overpowered. Like, super duper overpowered. Sounds like fun, though. Queue up for a PvP Warlord game, complete quest. Interesting. It got overpowered. Yeah, it sounds like it gets you overpowered really quickly. Still, it's not like it matters much anyways. I was always a little bit confused by people who would, like, do that, mostly because, like, the game is designed where, at this point, just by doing nothing but the main quests, you end up, like, getting way more XP than you actually need to reach max level. So I guess it, like, helps you out early, and it doesn't really do much after that. Still, it sounds like it would be neat. At least try out. Okay. Right, okay, so it's listed.
At last I am free. I thank you, revered wizard. I have been trapped here since the evil spirit pulled me from my family.
I sense you carry a spirit cage. If you seek to capture the evil spirit, you will need a soul chain to bind it. One of the other good spirits can help you forge one.
So queuing up for PvP Warlord game. So this is like an actual glitch that got patched out then? I thought it was just like a weird oversight that they did, that you could just complete quests. It's kind of weird that you have to queue up for a specific PvP match though. That sounds interesting. Oh wait, you mean you go in to a PvP Warlord game, then you complete the quest, and then you're way higher level than your enemy? Oh. That sounds really toxic. Imagine you queue up for a PvP game, and you complete the quest leveled up. Yeah, okay. No, I get what you're saying now. It just occurred to me that that's what you meant.
Ting Ying spoke of a soul chain? Yes, I am amazed at what I understand now. I see how spectral chains would work.
And then you go in, what, like 20 levels higher than your enemy?
For all the spirits here, who could help you forge a chain? Why, the blacksmith. Speak with Ji-Hong B nearby. When she was alive, she could forge anything.
Level 1 tournament? Yeah, this sounds crazy. PvP has had an interesting history, it sounds like.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Ji-Hong B's metal shop. I haven't had customers in... well, it's been a while. I'll be frank with you. I'm a ghost. I'm not sure what I can help you with, but whatever it is, it's free.
She looks dead. I mean, you know, let's not be, like, rude. You know, she's like, she's got, yeah, you know, I agree with you. She looks pretty pale. She's looking a bit, she looks like she could be a little bit better.
You want a soul chain? Never had anyone ask me for one, but lots of things change when you become a spirit.
Yeah, she's looking a little bit sunken. You know, maybe some water, maybe some more, I don't know, greens or something. Do that, help her skin, get some collagen. You know, help her out a little bit.
I can't make the chain myself, of course, but I can tell you how to do it. First, you'll need to defeat some walking dead to collect some dark souls. Then come back here.
Wait, what the? You can see her legs through her thing. Man, look at the thighs on her, huh? And you can see like a half of a tail. Have Ji-Hong Beef fight for you as a spirit against Crystal's bosses who are weak against spirits? That would be actually pretty cool. Now that I think about it. Well, that feels more like a Pirate 101 thing than anything. Like where if we bring in, where we could have like dead companions who are strong against things. Wizard101 sadly doesn't work like that. But no, thankfully all we need to do is we just need to get the Harpy, and then we can just spam the Lycian Chimera against everything. That's what it's called, right? This is the... yes, the Lernaean Hydra and the Lycian Chimera. Yeah, we just get the Harpy pet, and thankfully we should have no problem handling the likes of Zaltana. I just have to actually get it first. Although I might actually already have it. And I just need to breed it. Need to toss the two of them into a pen together. And get like 1 billion gold. And I'll be able to breed out the perfect Harpy too. Yeah, and then it'll be absolutely no problem. And the damage for the win. So, and the damage normally is the best one. Or at least it kind of was. It's weird. You know, you still have no idea if they're gonna screw with critical again. You know, you have no idea. We have no way of knowing. So potentially critical pets could still potentially get some sort of usage. I remember somebody mentioning earlier in another stream that they like putting critical on their pets so they can get critical healing off. Which, you know, fair, I guess. But, well, I would normally group that. This is actually going to be, as the title says, the Shadow Mage playthrough, where we're going to be using shadow creatures only for our damage once we unlock them in Crystal's Part 2. And so, balance damage is actually totally useless to us. We only need the universal talent on this pet. The only reason why I'm using the bounce damage on this one instead of breeding out one without it is because, well, frankly, I'm still using it now. But yeah, normally I would agree with that, but we need as much defense as we can get. Because the issue with the shadow creatures, as I'm sure you're already aware, is that it takes a while to bring them out, especially when you first unlock them. So I need every single tiny amount of resist I can get. I'm actually not sure if I needed to fight more of these guys. I wasn't paying attention. I was going off of my weird Shadow Mage run. Again. Yeah, generally speaking, if I was doing anything else, yeah, I'd have a 5 damage talent pet too. Oh, nice. We already got one of the pre-enchanted ones. Okay, there we go. We got enough Dark Souls. Wait a minute. Didn't the original Dark Souls come out in like 2008-ish? 2009? I feel like, or maybe I'm thinking of Demon Souls. Is that a reference to it? Is this a Dark Souls reference? This quest is the Dark Souls of Wizard101 quests. Or at least it would have been before the drop rates got buffed.
Yes, yes.
Every single one of these quests was so painful.
Great job getting those dark souls. Now put them in the brazier there and forge your chain. You are doing well, young wizard.
Okay, yeah, never mind. The original Dark Souls got released in 2011.
There's your chain, all done. Okay, maybe I helped with the spiritual bits, but you did the real work. Thanks for stopping by Shihong B's metal shop. Go on and show Ken Shui what you did. Maybe he'll start to relax a bit.
And Demon Souls was released in 2009. Real. Work, get it, real. Whatever. We have to talk to this guy now. We'll deal with it. Speaking of though, we're actually coming up on another boss who drops the absolute best Mooshu gear. Ooh, exciting, isn't it? Imagine grinding out this guy for a deck.
You have the chain. I was holding my breath till you came back. That is, I would have if I had breath to hold.
Poor Ken Shui. He still can't accept the fact that he's dead.
Oh, brave wizard, you have everything you need to capture that evil spirit? You'll find the evil spirit's vile self beyond the outskirts of town. We village spirits are behind you.
Yep, here he is, Oyotomi the Defiler. The guy who drops the best, decks, and I believe wands, and I think maybe a robe. This guy drops the best gear. You up with a quick kill before I take your leave? No, actually, this is a solo playthrough, but yeah, I appreciate you hanging out with me, Cyring. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm still not entirely sure. Yes, thank you for coming by and have a good day.
If you want to be humiliated in battle, by all means, fight me.
No comment on that one? You're still not going to tell me how it's pronounced? Okay, well, thank you anyways. Have a nice day, Siren. There's G-Ring. Or, you know what, I'll just... If you're not going to tell me, I'll just call you XY ring. You know what, never mind. Let's just call you Siren. It's too difficult to actually think of a way to pronounce that in an annoying way. Yes, but thank you very much for coming by. Yeah, I appreciate it. and chatting with me. Yeah. In the meantime. Oh wait, this guy has 18,000 health. Not 18,000, 1,800. He has 1,800 health. So I should have packed a feint or something. Whatever. Let's deal with it as we go. 2 judgments should be more than enough. Yes, but have a nice day. Okay. We'll just enchant it. Toss that up. But yeah, hopefully we get something cool from this guy. Because, you know, when you go through a lot of those old forum posts, as I sometimes do for nostalgic purposes, it's fun seeing which bosses drop stuff out. When I first came back into this game, I tried to do my best to grind out every single one of these guys. And funny thing is, despite the fact that the gear is completely useless now, the rates are still rigged. You could fight this guy like 100 times and still never get anything good. Anyways, that's number 1. Judgment number 1. Oh wow, we actually got him with the weakness. Nice.
Curse you, young wizard! I shall have
nothing.
my revenge one day.
You won't. Although, how cool would that be if this dude just showed back again later up and like showed up later on again in the game? Finally came for his revenge, and he's like the secret final boss of Arc 4. That'd be hilarious. We really need some sort of. Oh, you know what? If they're referencing like movies and stuff, it would actually be pretty funny if we got like the final boss of like one of the arcs was just every single one of the characters who swore they'd get their revenge as like one big group, like the galleries. Right, like 4v1s for every single one of them, and they all just fought you in the galleries, all, like in their own gallery equivalent, that is. All at once, you know, and just proceeded to absolutely destroy you. They all have shadow spells. They all have like 100,000 health. That'd be awesome. It'd be stupid, but it'd be awesome.
Loudly again. I don't feel the evil spirit anymore, unless you bring that spirit cage too close to me.
Okay, so he's starting to go into almost like a sort of New York accent. That's a bit weird.
You now control a powerful spirit and have freed the good spirits of this village. Now we can watch over our families and troubled souls as you have done.
What is the voice acting on this? It sounds like he's going in between like New York and an attempt at like a Japanese accent.
Please carry that vile spirit away where it can do no more harm. Like the temple. Yes, take the cage to the guardian there.
Okay, so we'll actually drop a mark down, I think, because we're also going to want... Wait, should I... Right, there's a teleporter. We should just take that there. I also need to talk to the Jade Champion again. With this thing. And we're in the Village of Sorrow now, I think. Yeah. So, let's see. It's not in the Tree of Life, so where's the oyster here? I do not know. Where is it? It might be somewhere around here in the village. So we should go looking for it. No, okay, we're gonna have to look it up. Blue Oyster Cult. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Village of Sorrow. It is located in... Now I'm having like some dial-up internet while I'm doing this. Okay, so it is here. It's located. Oh, there it is. Nice. Man, I'm blind. Not being able to see something like that out in the open. But yeah, as you can see, we are one final location in Mooshu. So we're actually very close to Dragonspire. So yeah, we're actually gonna be able to finish Mooshu today. That's nice. And then we'll be able to go onto the best world. And I repeat that, I believe it is the best world, Dragonspire. You know, a lot of people argue with you on that point. People say it's actually the worst world in Arc 1, which I don't know how anyone could say that when, actually, no. I feel like there's good arguments to be made that all of the Arc 1 worlds are good. Like, or equally good.
What is this?
The Jade Champion reads the message, a look of surprise crossing his face.
This message tells much about Oni no Death's plans. With it, we should be able to free the area around the temple. Even as a spirit, Yuno mustn't you to me? Surely he is pure of mind. Tell him he will be remembered with honor, wizard.
I will probably not do that. Because I forgot to tell him when I was super close by. And somehow I also forgot to leave behind my mark. Even though I'm pretty sure I cloaked it. Well, anyways. With this in mind, we are very, 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 very close to being done with Mooshu. It's like one dungeon and then one boss fight left, I believe. And then we'll finally be able to... Well, actually, no, not finally, because we'll still have some more pre-quests for Dragonspire. You know, any good final world of an arc needs a lot of pre-quest build-up for it. And that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get, to fight Cyrus Drake and some other stuff. That'll be cool. So yeah. Now we're just doing the normal thing again. And you know what? I'm gonna switch my PNG. You know what? We started with our PNG for everything. So we'll just use that instead for when we're gonna finish Mooshu, since we're so close. Although I will move my hat down a little bit. There we go. Now it fits a little bit better on this one side. Okay, cool.
Ah, I sense you have captured a strong spirit. With its power, you can now cross the Cursed River. The Cursed River prevents anything good from crossing it. No matter how distasteful, we can more easily defeat Oni no Death with an evil spirit.
Okay. I think that makes sense.
The time has come. Once we cross the river, we will meet Oni no Death himself. Our task is simple, but long in coming. We must defeat Oni no Death and bring back the Fruit of Life. Meet me at the edge of the broken bridge. I'm ready when you are, wizard.
And I am ready now. And we got another. Oh, this is a dungeon. You can only bring 4 people in at once. Yada yada. Okay.
This is my dungeon, wizard.
Okay,
no one will take it from me.
Well, at least they're not doing the whole tutorial part of it anymore. But still. I can't believe we're still doing this all the way into Mooshu. That we're still having to have a dungeon pop up every single time. Basically done with Arc 1, we're still having it. Okay, so let's see. We should talk to Ma. I'm surprised they didn't just go outright with the pun and just call him like Ba or something. Because he's a sheep. Okay. Where are you? Here you are. He appreciated it.
He said I'd be remembered with honor? Thank you, revered wizard. I will now keep watch over my home and be at peace.
Yeah, he said you were a cool dude and he appreciated it. Okay. Now back to the actually important stuff. Like stopping the Death Oni. So yeah, we're actually very close to level 48 and we are now at around Grandmaster level. So that's cool. Yeah, so level 48 we'll get our next AoE. Although I think we'll have to be in... Nope, going in the wrong direction. Yeah, I think we actually have to be in Dragonspire in order to get it. Which is a little bit disappointing. Although maybe not. Let's see. Either way, it's very exciting. Because this will actually be the first character I'll have brought up to level 48 since they updated the spells, so that now they all get AoEs at 48. And this is post-Power Nova buff too, so that'll be exciting. Yeah, because before, when I was going through Dragonspire on my last attempt at a balanced character, which ended at around like a Zafaria, when I was first doing that character, I remember vividly having to use Sandstorm over everything else. Because outside of using that like weakness as like an occasional debuff against like some bosses, just spamming Sandstorm just proved to be like way better than everything else.
No, you mustn't cross the waters. I will not help. I can't stop. No!
Yeah.
I cannot refuse. I will help you across.
Nice. And here we are. This is the last dungeon, with the last book and the last clan. So yeah, isn't this exciting? Finally going into the last section of Mooshu. I wasn't expecting to do it though. You know, like I mentioned before, I was kind of expecting Dragonspire to like start on its own day and like be its own thing, and that would be like its own week. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to beat Mooshu so quickly at this point.
Curses! Another barrier. Only No Death has ruined the Tree of Life. We must enter the spirit world and challenge him there. I wish I could walk in your shoes, but your actions show that fate has chosen you alone to defeat Oni No Death.
Although not another. Oh no, it's fate, so you have to do it.
You must use the summoning candles to open a portal to the spirit world. Go now. I will see that no evil follows you.
Don't worry, you're so cool though. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. I hate whenever they're like, oh yeah, no, it's your fate to go and do it alone. Fallout 3 had something like that too, which I still really want to play Fallout 3 on the channel at some point, but they still haven't really released a lot of updates for the mods, so I'd have to revert it down to something else. Until 2 Wastelands still hasn't been updated to 3.3 yet, but it should hopefully be soon. But yeah, Fallout 3 in its vanilla game did something super similar where no matter what you tried to do, right? Like the developers did probably one of the biggest middle fingers that you could possibly do in a video game, where they actually anticipated all of the alternative things you could do to prevent your character from dying at the end, and then they just said no, right? Like, you can't use your companions to do it for you. No, you can have someone else do it for you as part of it, but then you'd be called like a coward and stuff in the after credits, which is funny, but it was also super annoying because, like, you know, it really is weird to think that the developers anticipated what you could do to avoid that sort of thing, and then it took them a lot of complaining and then also a entirely separate like DLC add-on for them to change that. Because in the initial release they were like, oh yeah, no, you can't send anyone else in, you can't avoid it, there's nothing you can do, like you have to kill yourself, otherwise you're a coward.
The great Muda spoke of you.
It has to be you. It has to be you specifically who does it, otherwise you suck, and you got the bad ending.
Only No Death has hidden in the spirit world and taken the portal summoning candles with him.
Then again, I guess
the Tree of Life, you must go after him.
Yeah, then again, I guess it's a case in this specific scenario where they were like, they just simply hadn't programmed the idea of companions into Wizard101 yet, which would make some amount of sense.
Many have asked much of you. I ask only for your faith. You must venture forth and find the bandit Nobunaga. He holds the Dagger of Shadows. You must take it from him. Your destiny awaits, revered wizard. Search the garden and return with the Dagger of Shadows.
Yeah, I think they would have, if they could have, maybe allowed this dude to go in with you, but it's also entirely possible that they just hadn't figured out how to program them in yet, or how they would want to implement them. Because they kind of got close with some of the storytelling, especially in Dragonspire, that you would have some like companions story-wise that would be with you throughout it. Like, you know, you have Cyrus with you the entire time, and then you have like some other quests where like NPCs follow you around during it, but they don't actually have any part of it. I think that might just be the case here.
It must be humbling to stand in my presence. Now remove yourself, or I will remove you.
So it's probably just more of a case like that, more than intentionally just being annoying about it. It's a shame we're almost not going to be able to hear this awesome battle theme anymore too. Then again, be replaced by the infinitely better Dragonspire combat theme, which is exciting. Okay. Just got that. Easy peasy. Exact stuff as before. Same exact stuff as it'll always be. Oh wow, a black mantle. That's actually really rare to see at this point in the game. Alright. There we go. Got this down.
Nobunaga drops the Dagger of Shadows.
Alright, where are you? Yishin-shin. Yeah, I'm not sure if the book is actually in the spirit world again, because that's where we're gonna end up being in about a second.
You have reclaimed the dagger. Thank you for your faith.
That's the only thing we still need to collect.
Dagger of Shadows into the Tree of Life. Have no fear. This will do no harm to the tree. The Dagger of Shadows can open a portal into the spirit world and take you to Oni no Death. Be careful, as Oni no Death is more powerful there than in this world. He will lie to strike despair into your heart. Do not listen. You have the strength to restore the Tree of Life. Go now. Use the Dagger of Shadows to open the portal to the spirit world.
Okay, I got it.
A portal suddenly rips open.
Yeah, you'd think that the portal would be like in the tree or something, but no, it appears like 8 feet behind you. Alright. Here we go. Now there it is.
I see through all. You are but a child full of fear. Here in the spirit world, your paltry magic has no power.
Kind of weird that one of these library books somehow managed to end up in the spirit world of all places. I don't know, maybe Kagemusha is actually just like, or I guess the Oni no Death. I guess either name works. Yeah, apparently they're just like a history buff or something. They really wanted that sweet Mooshu lore for themselves too. What do we got? I guess same stuff as before. know, I titled this stream Butchering More Cows, but really all we've been doing are beating up pigs, the undead, and Onis, which are basically just elephants. Which is kind of weird. You know, you'd think that there would be more cow enemies in Mooshu. But surprisingly, you actually don't fight any of the cows in Mooshu itself. You fight the other races that live there too. Which is a bit bizarre. You know, it feels a bit weird. That there aren't like a lot of cows besides like the Ronins and stuff. There's no like thieves. There's no bandits. All the bandits are pigs. All of the warlords are pigs. The only thing you fight that are cows are the samurai. Okay, here we go.
Musha falls back in defeat. From his body emerges a terrible creature. It is the Death Oni.
Too late. The Tree of Life is already doomed. You cannot stop the tide of darkness. Surrender and know the cold hand of despair.
So speaking of like weird creepypasta stuff, look at that. No eyes. Death Oni like has no eyes. It's all sunken in. It's gross. Yeah, it's definitely like at least like low tier nightmare fuel, I think. You know, maybe you as an adult are not that concerned over it. You know, for a little kid, this could potentially be a little bit creepy. And you like look back at that back left edge, and there's just like a weird face just sitting there for no explained reason. I'm surprised that there weren't more creepypastas at Wizard101 with how much weird stuff like that there is. Also, there's like those like liminal space creepypastas, and I feel like there's definitely a few of those in Wizard101 too. Like Elix Edge, which is like this one like weird little named area on the verge, on like the edge of Wizard City. Like right next to the housing shop. It has this weird vibe to it, I've always felt like. Like that wet, dry world vibe that you get from like Mario 64. It's like the same thing. Just kind of ominous looking. Actually, you know, I've never even looked up if there were any. Maybe someone might have made one as a joke, potentially. There is apparently... Wait, actually, never mind. There are creepypastas for Wizard101. I will need to look through these and see if there are actually any good ones. The very first one is on the Trollpasta wiki, which doesn't speak well to it. Oh boy, I need to look into these more. Oh cool, we got the Death Oni garments, which I believe is Stitch Gear. Yes, it's Stitch Gear. The bosses in Mooshu actually drop design gear from the school that they represent. It's also the best gear for the level, I believe. Yeah, the level 40 gear. The best gear is all Stitch Gear. And what's interesting about it is that it's actually the Stitch Gear that you can find earlier, but it also provides unique versions of it. So there's like a version of the Jester robes that doesn't have a cape on it, which is actually pretty cool.
This book starts with years of infighting left the clans out of control.
But there are, in fact, Wizard101 creepypastas.
Emperor Mooshu seized the power that was rightfully his by rallying the people against the corrupt clan leaders. Because Emperor Mooshu was the first emperor to unite the entire country, people have called it Mooshu
I'll just,
ever since.
In the background real quick, I'll just... Yeah, Wizard101 lore. Emperor Mooshu was first emperor to unite the country. Interesting. Okay. So that's all the books, that's all of the oysters, and this is the last dungeon too. Unless I'm missing any? I am. Okay. There's Oakheart in here who we need to talk to. Don't want to miss him. Oakheart, very vital character here.
tree of life, as was foretold. I sense fate has given you a great destiny, which you have yet to fulfill. It is bigger than you can imagine. Take the tree's fruit and return it to the Emperor of this world. May the light always shine upon your path, young wizard.
Nice. Guys, first, Oak Heart. So yeah, overall, Oni no death. Same thing as before. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All these Onis make me queasy. Okay. Yeah, so Crimson Bridge. Close to this guy. Hopefully his quest isn't too long or anything. Dungeons with side quests, another weird novelty of early Wizard101.
Creatures here took the last of our pure seeds, the future kindred of our oak cart. Please battle the creatures and return the seeds to us. Then perhaps the great forest can recover.
What are you talking about? You guys are like the only normal trees I've seen. And even then you're trees. You're not like actual trees. Everything else is bamboo. Pretty much. Now, I don't see any great forests of trees. I'm not entirely sure what kind of location this guy's even talking about. Okay, discard, draw. Up, 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 up. Oh, neat. These guys have life blades. That's not good. The enemies are starting to get enough HP to where they're actually starting to catch up to where I'm doing, to the amount of damage I'm doing with one blade on the Sandstorm. I only did 67 more than their max just there. That's a bit concerning. Might actually have to grind out some more damage in order to make that work. Because we don't want to be caught off guard by a bunch of random little spider enemies. Let's see. Pop that, pop that, pop that. There we go. No. It's not like it's actually a big deal. Even if they do survive like an extra turn. They won't be able to do much damage to me. But still, it's embarrassing. Now, that one was only 30. Yeah, no, it's embarrassing to not be able to one-shot these guys with a 4-pip spell. Here I am, big strong wizard, and I can't even one-shot the little random mob enemies.
Thank you for returning our pure seeds.
Almost.
The great forest can begin anew. Help us once more, esteemed wizard. The pure seeds must be nurtured with earth and water. Plant them in the dirt pile so that the earth and water spirits can tend to them.
Love this guy's voice too. I wish I could talk like that. That's a cool voice to have. You know? At least I could figure it out. Again, I'm not entirely sure if there's any editing going on there. That's like adding like some sort of echo to his voice, because it almost sounds like there's a little bit of one. But still, I need to figure that out. Make my own voice sound a little more ominous whenever I'm streaming. Okay. Anything else, Elkhart? Do we need to water them too? With the blood of the spiders or something?
The great forest will continue to grow and thrive thanks to you. We spirits wish to reward you for your efforts. Meet me in the garden dojo by the palace.
Okay. And there are no more available quests. Cool. So that means I need to talk to Ten Kang now. There's a teleporter nearby. And he is in the Jade Palace, so we should just teleport out. Nice. Let's just make sure. Yep, okay. That's all of Mooshu done. Nice.
You have returned with the fruit of life.
Indeed I have.
I admit, I thought my actions would cure his enlightened majesty from the curse placed upon him by Malistaire. But a mere student from Wizard City has proven that even the High Monk can't do everything. It's never too late to learn humility or the power of faith. I'll stay here to prevent another Oni from attacking this place. Please hurry to his Imperial Majesty's side and heal him. Place his sword beside him. Pour the pure water on his wounds and feed him the fruit from the tree of life. I have the utmost faith that you will succeed where I failed.
So wait a minute, how did you manage to become the head monk if you don't already have humility? I feel like that's something that like an amateur monk would have. I'm pretty sure the whole point of like a head monk is that you're supposed to already embody like everything that you're supposed to be doing. And what? Okay, there we go. And no wonder you guys don't get blessed by Muda. You know, we walk up and we immediately get told that we're already pure mind. So we're better than all these monks who've worked their entire lives for it, I guess. Alright, what's up,
Many thanks, young wizard. The forest is now pure again.
Nice, all three of the little NPCs are here to celebrate our activities.
Forest grow, forest clean. I dance, I rejoice.
I forgot that this is how it was handled. This is actually a pretty cool way of doing it. You know, it's a nice feeling being celebrated like this.
Thank you again, living creature.
Yeah, shame nothing like this happens ever again in the game. And we got Spirit Walker achievement. Nice. Well, it's a badge, but they're basically achievements. Alright, so before we finish off Mooshu, we will first head over to... we will also unlock our feint, put in another feint. Okay, nice. And talk to this guy. And Zeke, and get our rewards for this.
You found all the books. I know that His Imperial Majesty would be honored to know you returned them all. You are a credit to your school.
Alright, we're gonna talk to Zeke. Okay, what's up, Zeke?
Thanks, pal. Them blue oysters need gathering up. Mooshu ain't as nice as he used to be. I'll find a place for him, don't you worry. Be sure to look me up again if you wander the spiral.
Okay, and that's it. Besides Grizzleheim, our quest log is empty, except for this one, which is still broken, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure why that one specifically is completely and totally broken, but anytime I try to enter the warehouse, the spiders just disappear the second I get close to them. Right, here we go. Now we're finally going to see why there's a sigil out here. Hello, Jade Champion.
Fool, do you think I would give up this shell so easily? I am not like the other Oni. You have woken me only to make me stronger. This land is mine.
And there he is, the Jade Oni, the final boss of Mooshu. And also way stronger than anything previously in the game. As you can see, 6,000 health. He used to have like 10,000. It's hilarious how weak they made him overall. Yeah, this guy's been nerfed into the ground like 50 separate times. But it's good though, because it makes grinding him out a little bit easier. Nowadays, my max level character can come in here with no blades, no traps, no nothing, and just one-shot him. Which makes it really easy to grind out. I believe he drops Exalted Duels, but more importantly, this guy drops wooden skeleton keys. He also drops pets and some other things. Pretty much since he came out and they added like the holiday drops to him, the the Jade only has been a very popular place to farm. He's also not super tough. Although back in the day, he was a lot tougher. Okay, now I'll just sort out one more feint. Nice, nice. Okay. So we'll just keep passing until we build up enough pips, and then hopefully Judgment will do enough to one-shot it. Okay, regular pip. It's a little bit disappointing. Yeah, so this is kind of what makes him a little bit threatening back when he was like old, is that he can actually use high pip spells. I brought this up before, but the guy who does some astrology videos, GW Caleb, was a really good one about the Jade Oni. I don't remember exactly what the question, like who was fighting the Jade Oni, but it was actually really funny. Looking back on it. Okay. Enchanted. There we go. Okay, so with that weakness, I'm not sure we'll be able to one-shot it. Or if we would have even been able to do it in the first place. Still a good chance to check and see. Yep. Even if he wasn't nerfed like the previous time.
With the Jade Oni gone, the Emperor returns to his former self. He honors you with a deep bow.
Oh, look at that.
Wizard, I am in your debt. What you did to reach me, I can only imagine, but I thank you. You have saved me and Mooshu. You must take the Dragonspire Spiral Key. It is no longer safe here. But wait, what about Malastair? He took the Spiral Key to Dragonspire.
And we also got the Jade Oni back.
The Dragonspire Spiral Key, Your Imperial Majesty. I called up to Malastair as he opened the gate. I couldn't stop him, but he had to leave the key behind. Forgive me, Wizard. I failed in my duty to protect His Enlightened Majesty, so I clung to my duty to keep the Spiral Key safe. You understand? But now, as His Imperial Majesty commands, take the Spiral Key with our best wishes. You have earned it.
Because again, for some reason, the game acts like this is the only Dragonspire Spiral Key that exists. And yeah, what's cool about the Jade Oni is that it's actually a bounce spell, weirdly enough. You'd expect it to be life, but no. And it's also a Crown's Pet, and it looks cool, too. I think. What are its stats, actually? See, the thing is, we could actually breed out a decent one with this. It has a high enough strength score that it could get up to around 250, if I actually burn it with, like, my Snappy Griffin. The biggest issue is that even if I did breed it out to be good, it's still completely useless to us, because Jade Oni is a weak spell, as you can kind of see. Only 430 to 510 for 5 pips is really low. And it's also just generally useless beyond that, which is kind of why I wish they would allow us to stitch pets.
Be careful, esteemed wizard. Malastair is no ordinary enemy. I hope that your experiences on Mooshu will help you in the battle to come.
Right.
Though Mooshu's problems are petty next to the threat Malastair presents to the Spiral, what use is saving the world if those in need go without help? You were right to aid us in our time of trouble. Please let my old friend Merle Ambrose in Wizard City know that the Spiral Key is in your hands. You will need his advice to prepare for such a strong opponent. My thanks to you again, and farewell. Although I always had to refuse his invitation to teach at Ravenwood, I am grateful Ambrose has such a talented student.
That's pretty cool. Also, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, nope. I must have missed it. I remember reading on the news a few days ago that it had the double chance reroll chests for free. But yeah, basically, what's great about the Jade Oni is that it's one of the fastest grinding spots in the game too, since you just have to run back down there, click the thing, and then you just run back up and fight it again. It's one of the best areas to farm if you want skeleton keys and some other stuff. Okay, so with that, that's Mooshu done. Nice. It's gonna, I don't know, celebrate with the moo in chat. I'll just throw that down there to celebrate that we finally beat Mooshu, which means we're on to the finale of Arc 1. We're going to build up to it, and then we will finally be in Dragonspire. But of course, there's still a few pre-quests we need to do. Dragonspire will not be today, though. It will probably be tomorrow, because we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes at this point. And so I'm feeling pretty confident just kind of ending it around here. Nope. But yeah, once we finish all these pre-quests, we should be about 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Headmaster Ambrose shakes his head sadly as you relate what has happened on Mooshu.
Emperor Yoshihito did what he could. It's too bad he couldn't stop Malistaire, but at least we have the spiral key now. Go seek Professor Drake at the Myth School. He had an odd relationship with Malistaire. He may be willing to part with some advice on how to stop him.
Sure thing. Now, what's really interesting about Cyrus Drake, as I mentioned this really early on into Arc 2. I mean, in like Stream 2, I think. We're at like, what, 16 now of this? So yeah, like 14 streams ago, like about a month ago at this point. And I'll bring it up after we talk to it.
Oh, you really think you can outwit Malistaire?
Professor Drake peers down at you, then seems to make a decision.
Well then, meet me in my tower and we'll discuss strategy.
So we'll just meet him in his tower.
I need to know if you've any hope of surviving against my brother Malistaire. The only way I can be sure is to challenge you myself. Stand your ground.
Yeah, so I was mentioning this before. So like back in Stream 2 I mentioned this. But this is actually really interesting. Because outside of, you know, obviously learning your spells, there's no indication whatsoever that the wizard has actually gotten stronger. So presumably, from the time you arrive in Ravenwood to now, you're actually always powerful enough to defeat a teacher. And what's funny is that Malistaire is actually stronger than the average Ravenwood teacher. So, with that in mind, we have the likes of Malistaire and Cyrus, who we both beat as early as Arc 1, which means that the wizard, right, coming into the spiral fresh, not knowing anything about magic, is basically Saitama in this universe. Like, just inherently. Because they show up, right, and they're already stronger than professional, like, lifelong mages at this point. You know, obviously we get to the point where we're, like, fighting gods, right, like, soloing them. But it's even funny that even way back then, just this one simple fight, from like a sort of background lore perspective, pretty much proves that the wizard is actually already one of the most powerful characters in the spiral, right? Like on the level of what would already be like considered a god to like all of the other student wizards. I find that really funny, actually. I find it interesting. When you actually like just think about it for a second. The wizard is already stronger than all of his teachers, and also, therefore, by extension, stronger than every single threat that you could possibly think of. There were actually like some discussion threads that used to be had, where basically most people came to the conclusion that The only characters that the wizard isn't stronger than would be somebody like Ambrose or somebody else. Which, you know, by the time of Arc 3 is pretty much disproven. Because the wizard is already, like, stated to be stronger than by the time of Arc 3. But I find it interesting that even back then, that the wizard is already, like, within, like, the top 3 arguable strongest characters that you could probably think of. Next to Merle Ambrose and maybe, like, a few other people. They're, like, already debatably, like, the strongest wizard that we actually know about by the time of, from, like, the day they show up in Ravenwood. They're already that strong.
You're better than I thought. Maybe you have a fighting chance. Do not get overconfident, though. Malastair is extremely dangerous, far more than I was. You will need my help to defeat him. Meet me in Dragonspire.
Alright, and here we are. This is it. We're going to Dragonspire. We'll show up there. We'll just go there and observe it. But you can already kind of see it. It looks ominous. And a little portrait for it. So yeah, here we go. There it is. We finally have the first world of the second page. The actual one. And there it is. What's really cool about Dragonspire is that that's the final dungeon. Sort of like with Marleybone and Big Ben. From the very beginning of Dragonspire until the very end, there is no point where we cannot see the final dungeon. And listen to that music. I love this place. I love everything about this place. I like the fact that it looks like classic mode Wizard City. I guess I should call it at this point. Like, this looks like very similar in architecture and textures. It looks very similar. Yeah, but we already have the great music. And then we have that thing. That is the Dragon Titan. Just sitting there waiting. We have obsidian, we have lava, with the great music. And then we also have the great gear going on too. I love the way a lot of this looks. I especially like this coat. I think it looks nice. You know, if we were to wear it, it would look like this. Or like this. Yeah, like that. And look at it. Looks so fancy. Looks so cool. And I also mentioned this before, but yeah, this is the same boots that we saw in Part 101. Well, I was kind of confused seeing them again. Because it's literally the same exact model. Weird. So we actually cannot talk to Prospector
Never
C.
thought I'd get to see Dragonspire, but what do you know? Here's I am.
Weird. Why can't we not start the quest for him? Do we have to talk to Cyrus Drake first? That's weird. Okay, you know what? We'll do that. No, you know what? We'll save that for next time. We'll just, yeah, let's do this. Show your character. No. We'll do this. And there we go. Now we have something commemorative of Arc 1. So there we go. We'll leave it out on this. Discussing strategy. Okay. So yeah. Today has been a really good stream, I think. It's nice to get back into Wizard101. Although I'll probably be back later tonight for some more Spider-Man, or maybe something else. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Yes, thank you for the follow, Weasel News Live 1. I appreciate it. And thank you to Zyring for showing up and chatting with me today. Yeah, it was a good time. But anyways, unless there's anything else I want to say... Oh, wait, actually. We will,
Good, you made it.
Oops.
We have a difficult task ahead of us.
Did not mean to start that. We'll just, where is it? Yeah, we'll just do something a little bit fun, actually, first. Where is it? Where is it? So I was looking it up, and there is apparently a few Wizard101 creepypastas. And I guess we'll leave it off with the very first, most popular one. This one. The creepypasta, Merle's Door. We'll end it on this. This video was made for entertainment purpose. This isn't consistent true story, but enjoy the video anyways. Okay, so I'm guessing I'll have to narrate it all myself. Ooh, spooky music. Oh no. In September, oh wow, this is really difficult to read. Okay, September 6, 2000, or September 8th, 2008, a week after Wizard101 released, KingsIsle added a special door for new players in the game called Merle's Door. This was made back in 2016, too. It's not even using the right font. Okay, young wizard, please see my office right away. There's some urgency behind my door. Your teacher will be there with you. We'll discuss more when ... Merle's Door was the first event that they released after a year after the game was released. That's how I talk. KingsIsle covered up the whole event and players forgot about it. I like how it does use the old Merle portrait though. That's nice. Originally, you were supposed to talk to Gamma inside the room. The room looked different from what it looks today. But when you enter, you find a very disturbing room, unlike this picture. The real one was very disturbing for players. Is this? It has like the Avalon gear with like red eyes. And then there's Falmea, which, you know, whatever. Okay. What the hell is this guy? Oh, many who have witnessed the room left Wizard101. Many have suicidal thoughts. People who have witnessed it never describe it. Those who still play this day have told the story years throughout years. Nobody believes him and takes it as a joke. I like how it starts with like it being in reference to everyone and then specifies it's one dude specifically. As getting there, oh wait, is this like one of the Wizard101 developers or something? Because it has like an actual poster in the background. After getting threats and complaints about their company shutting down, they have removed the room on September 11th. The event only lasted 3 days. 2,000 people played the event. Only 10 of those people play to this day. It is rare to find those people. A lot of those people try and try. Well, a lot of people try and try. One player claims to find a witness of the tragedy of that room. Nobody believed them. Legend of the game has it that if you encounter one of these 10 players in your Wizard101 will strangely glitch and lag. Screens will static. KingsIsle has yet to find these 10 players and delete them. This case is not closed yet. I don't know. Lagging in Wizard101 sounds like it's pretty normal for the commons. That sounds like a normal day in the commons. Okay, 2 years after the incident, a group of hackers have opened up a file and put on Wizard101 once again to show how cruel they were to the players. KingsIsle took down the file permanently. Afterwards, KingsIsle had a dispute with the group of hackers, which is unknown to this day. The hackers were charged and they patched the file. One day, another group of hackers released a hacking file called frostbite101.exe, and all known files are patched and deleted. The file showed witnesses and attended players of the event and photos of the event. This has disturbed many people. It hasn't given anyone a warning. It shows which witnesses are online and their location. KingsIsle patched and did anything they could to cover the incident up. I have to say, I'm a fan of the images they actually managed to find, at least. 1 week later, witness of the incident made a YouTube channel to everyone about what happened. KingsIsle contacted YouTube and took down the channel and all of its videos. Another week later, his age and name... Who is he? Who is this guy? Why is he specific? His age was revealed. He was 17 years old, and while he was still playing the game, he suffered a heart attack in 2014. There were 9 people left to enter the event. Nobody knows how this strangely occurred. Many say it's a coincidence, while others have a theory. To this day, the players have disappeared, and Wizard101 hall monitors look for people who talk about the topic. They will be in a suspense or deleted if they are caught talking about the topic. They have covered up the whole incident for 3 years. Interesting. Well, that was like the longest minute and 40 seconds of my life. But yes, apparently Wizard101 creepypastas are a thing that actually exist. Just, you know, fun fact, just throwing it out there. It's a thing. It exists. But yes, I feel I've had fun with today's stream. So thank you to everyone who stopped by and watched. And thank you to everyone who stopped by and chatted with me. And thank you to everyone who lurked as well in the background. So yeah, thanks. And I will have